Alright, what's going on, guys? Today I bring you a battle against Reptar4909, and this is my first upload on the PokeBallin Battlers channel. So yeah, I'm Blingo. Call me Blingo, that's how you can call me, but whatever. So, a standard OU, of course, and yeah, there's the teams, so let's get it on. Challenged by Ernie. He starts off by leading with a Heatran, and I've been seeing like 1,000 specs Heatran leads, so I switch out and go into my Tyranitar, and specs overheat does absolutely nothing to me. So yeah, look how much I did, nothing at all. So he's obviously going to switch, and I take this, and since I know he's going to switch, I pay back and not going for an Earthquake. And he's using a Regirock, and this is like one of his favorite pokes. And then since I have the Sandstorm up and that thing's in, it's gonna be a real problem. So I think right here I switch and go into my Machamp to take whatever he's gonna do, like a rock or ground type move. But he's just top 6, which is like whatever, I don't care, because I have a Lumberry. And I take this time to not over predict and just go straight for the dynamic punch. And that's what I do. But he switches and goes into a Gengar, and it's not your typical average Gengar. It's just watch. It's really novelty, I guess you can say that. But yeah, I go for the payback. Well, he goes for Will-O-Wisp. That's what caught me off guard. And payback is, and even though I'm burned, payback is still gonna kill it, which is excellent. So yeah, right here I go for the safe Bullet Punch, still not trying to over predict at all. So yeah, he switches and goes into his Shrubbery, which is his Tangrowth, which is a beast of a defensive wall. It's just unburned, Bullet Punch is nothing. But I should have stayed in and dynamic punch now to think about it. Just to get some confusion hacks on it, but I switch out and go into Shaman. And of course I predicted the Leech Seed and go into Shaman. So I think right here I go for the Sea Flare, predicting him to switch out into his Regirock. But he doesn't, he just stays in. But I miss Sea Flare, which is like whatever. And he's able to get a knockoff. And it's kind of bad because now I'm going to continue to get some residual damage, which is not cool at all. So he switches and goes into a Regirock as I go for the Hand Power Fire, and it still does absolutely nothing. Since we are in a Sandstorm, and I think I go for the Sea Flare. Yeah, since we are in a Sandstorm, and Sea Flare is not going to do that much. Well, it does a good amount, and he just sets up his rocks. So what happens next? That's Skype. He switches and goes into his Gengar as Death Fighter, I think. And I just go for another Sea Flare, and that's going to take him out regardless of what happens. So right now he goes into his Heatran, and I switch and go into my Dragonite to take the particular Earth Power or Overheat. Well, I thought he's gonna predict my switch into Tyranitar, go for Earth Power, but because of Overheat and it misses, which kind of sucks. But it really didn't matter because Dragonite didn't do shit this whole battle. So he goes into his Tangrowth as I set up a Dragon Dance. And yeah, I'm go for the Dragon Claw, and it's not gonna do that much at all, but it does a nice amount of damage. Wait for it to catch up. But it's a long ass battle. I'm just saying. He goes for Sleep Powder and he hits, which is like, it is the only thing I could really have going to sleep, which is this. Without that thing about it, I should have let Shaman take it. But yeah, asleep like a little bitch, and I switch out and go into Shaman to take the Power Whip or Leech Seed, but he also switches and goes into his Heatran, and then he predicts my switch into Tyranitar and goes for Earth Power, which I knew I could take 2 Earth Powers. I probably, well, I did a count, and I should be able to take 2 Earth Powers. No, because I had a good chance of taking 2 Earth Powers and dying. But he goes for Earth Power, and it's going to kill me, which is sad. So, what's next? I think, yes. I'll just start me right here. And I go for the safe Hydro Pump, and as he switches into his Booyah. And that's not going to do much at all. Well, what I'm saying, it does half, and it's going to be 2 KO. Yeah, so that's the Deco Fable, which is sad because this thing always gets Death Fodder in every battle I see him use it in. So I switch out and go into my Machamp to take the obvious U-turn. And yeah, so this Machamp I really don't care about right now. It's just like dead weight. So he sends in his Machamp, and I think I just let Machamp die. I'm not sure. Yeah, I let him die, and he goes for Dragon Pulse, predicting my switch into my Dragonite. So what happens next? Oh yeah, I go into my Starmie, and I know he's gonna switch out, so I take the time to go for Recover. And you go into his Regirat, and God, I fucking hate Sandstorm. This shit makes it long as fuck. But whatever. So even though we are in the Sandstorm, Hydro Pump is going to be strong enough to take out the Regirat, which is great because that thing could have been a problem. Yeah, potential. So he switches and goes to his Flygon, and I just go into my Shaman just to see what he locked himself into, because his Shaman is not very useful right now. And Outrage, now he's gonna kill me. So that's how you know Flygon. It's not a good poke, really. I don't like it. So right here, I'm going to my Jirachi, and this is why right after the battle I changed Thunder Punch for Ice Punch, just for this, in case he locks up an Outrage, I can get a free kill. But that doesn't happen, and Outrage still does nothing. So I think I make a switch. Yeah, I switch out, predicting him and going to his Heatran, and he does that. So I'll make an epic switch right there. And he has nothing to take what do you call it, and Hydro Pump. So Hydro Pump is definitely going to take out the Heatran, which is great because that Spec Heatran is a real beast in my opinion. So what happened next? He goes into his Flygon, and I switch out and go into my Dragonite to see what he does. I think, and he goes for the Dragon Claw, which I hardly ever see on Flygons. So he probably doesn't have Stone Edge or Thunder Punch, which is kind of bad, because Gyarados can set up on you all day. So yeah, I go into my Jirachi, and I make another. I make another double switch, predicting him to go back into his Tangrowth. So I go into Starmie, and he does what I expect him to do. Switches into his Tangrowth, and he obviously doesn't have anything to take the Ice Beam. So that's what I do. I go for the Ice Beam, and it's going to take out the Tangrowth, obviously, because this thing has paper special defenses. also sandstorm and all that shit. I realized Thummy took a huge shit on his whole team. He took a major ass dump. So he goes for the earthquake, as I knew he probably would. So right here, it got kind of BS. Right here, I had a higher chance of killing than a higher chance of not killing, but he survives with like negative 1,000 HP and is able to kill me off with an earthquake. So it's a good game, Reptar. You know, like, comment, subscribe to both of us, and yeah, peace.